Mathematics 1, Chapter Function. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to develop competency in function, inverse, and composite function. Tutorial Question 16, Part A. The f and g function are defined as below. Find the value of k for which the equation fx equivalents to gx and it has two equal roots. Please remember, you have learned quadratic previously. Two equal roots meaning the discriminant b squared minus 4ac equivalents to 0. Now, how to get b squared minus 4ac? Try to arrange fx equivalents to gx. Fx is given as k minus x. Meanwhile, gx is given as 9 over x plus 2. Rearrange the equation by moving the denominator. You will get the expression of k minus x multiplied by x plus 2 equivalents to 9. 9 also need to be moved to the other side. Try to expand the bracket first. You will obtain k x plus 2k minus x squared minus 2x. Now the 9, when you move from positive, it becomes negative. So all terms at one side equivalents to 0. Try to arrange into a quadratic form as ax squared plus bx plus c equivalents to 0 so that we can easily identify the coefficient a, coefficient b, and coefficient c. Start with the highest power of x where you have negative x squared. Now look into the next part where you have a variable of x. We have two terms consist of x. The first one is kx, the other one is negative 2x. So we try to combine it, making as k minus 2 in bracket everything multiplied by x. We factorize all the coefficients. Meanwhile, for the coefficients of c, we have a constant 2k minus with 9. So we put it as 1 coefficient. Since we already identified our a, which is negative 1, b, k minus 2, c is 2k minus 9, then we can use our discriminant to solve for the value of k. Now b square minus 4 times with a is negative 1, c is 2k minus 9, and the whole thing equivalents to 0. Expand the bracket, you will obtain 4 minus 4k plus k squared. Meanwhile, here it will become positive 8k minus 36 equivalents to 0. This is simply a basic quadratic equation where you simplify it to become k squared plus 4k minus 32 equivalents to 0. You can use factorization, completing the square, or quadratic formula. A fastest way is you can check using your calculator by pressing the EQN, degree of 2. You will obtain the value of k as negative 8 and 4. Now, this part A question did not end until finding the k. You notice they ask you to solve the equation fx equivalents to gx. Now, since we have two values of k, we need to do both. Let's take up until here where we have already arranged our fx equivalents to gx. Do not start from the beginning. So here, negative x squared plus k minus 2x plus 2k minus 9. This is our fx equivalents to gx. Now, if you have k equals to negative 8, try to substitute into your expression here. You will obtain negative x squared. Negative 8 minus 2 will be negative 10x and minus with 25. You will obtain a quadratic equation try to solve by yourself, you will obtain the answer of x equivalents to -5. Meanwhile, when k equivalents to 4, you will obtain the quadratic equation of -x squared plus 2x minus 1 equivalents to 0. Factorizing this equation, you will obtain negative in bracket x minus 1 square equivalents to 0. At the end of the day, you will obtain x equivalents to 1. That's all for part A.